Good evening. This is your captain speaking, and today is a day of celebration. Okay, we have done it, my boys. We've done it. We've hit that magic number. We hit our the two-digit number. Boy, we're going crazy. We're going crazy. We're going crazy. We're here. We're here. And to celebrate, at this point, I bang with y'all. All right. I'm letting you know this is what I had in mind. I was feeling kind of crazy. Okay, I was feeling kind of crazy. I basically was like, how best? I mean, because 10K is such a milestone, right? Like 10K is such a milestone. I was like, how do we celebrate 10,000 followers? Okay, like how do we do this? How do we celebrate 10K? I said we're gonna jump off the deep end. Okay, now y'all tell me if this is too crazy. But by the time most of you see this video, it already been posted. But tell me if you want something. I posted this, so it's for the first video. So I told you guys I'm separating the project. It's going to have its own YouTube, which I'll link into this description. You guys can like and subscribe, follow if you like, whatever you want to do. But Voyager Station, this is the entertainment. This is the entertainment page. This is where all the major media stuff goes, right? It's going to go on this page right here. Tell me if y'all think it's crazy. Okay. Whoa. I'm about to delete that actually because for one, oh my God, I forgot to take the CapCut joint out. So we're gonna delete that real quick. Okay, we're gonna put that back up in a second. That was a rookie move. I was too excited. I was too excited. Rookie move right there. So we're gonna do that again. But I'm gonna put it back up later. You feel me? By the time I start uploading this video, I'll put it back up there and it'll be there. So just to clarify, was it wild? I think so. I think it was mad wild. But when you read the story, so I'm gonna give you all a play right now, okay? When you read the Voyager story, right? A major plot point in the Voyager's history is the virus, right? And so what basically you break it down is we basically discovered the not the anatomy, but it's pretty much I had set up where it's like I call it God Seed in this story. It's called God Seed. It has a name. But what ends up happening is that's like it's a limited resource, right? And so they make an artificial version. Okay, when they make the artificial version, of course, bad juju happens, right? And so an outbreak happens. Okay, an outbreak happens, and you slowly start to see society to it dwindles, right? And so society slowly dwindles until it collapses, right? And then you kind of get stuck into a like an apocalypse, you know what I'm saying, type vibe, right? Where the infected, what we call pharaohs, right? It's basically with the DNA, the God seed basically it edits DNA, right? So you edit the human genome and you can splice it, right? You use it to splice the genome and you can splice it with anything, owls, sharks, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So basically, you're just trying to boost up with certain abilities, right? So you can be run faster, whatever, okay? Typical stuff, right? Typical sci-fi shit. But the infection, right? The virus, right? Mutates the it's some gland in the human brain that regulates your feral factor, right? So it just stops you from becoming like naturally like a feral individual, whatever, right? So the virus hijacks that, increases it, and you become infectious, and people that you bite and people that become infected eventually turn into ferals, losing their sanity, this, that, and the other, right? And they become more feral creatures. So they get more of the animalistic side of it, right? And so you kind of read through that, and it causes the apocalypse, quote unquote, right? But it's like a societal breakdown. And then as society's building itself back up, right, you get the new factions, right, that kind of take over because again, the current world order kind of collapses, right? It has to fill the void, right? And so you get these different factions that kind of pop up in the story. Badger Squad, well, not really Badger Squad. I'm sorry. New Republic of America is like one of them. Um, Worshippers of the Red Sun is another one. Invictus is another one. And the list kind of goes on, right? So these factions kind of pop up throughout the story, and so society kind of has its own like reset. And basically, when the story kind of continues to push through, right? Of course, because of course, civilization kind of bounces back up, right? It comes back up, and it bounces back, right? And so it expands the story, and then that's how you get like the new Republic of America, coming in, the United Federation, right? And stuff like that, because we start going through the different stages. So we have, if I break the timeline down, Voyager's timeline has its ancient times, there's the past, right? So ancient times and past, two different things. Ancient times, real old. That's like times of the dragons, like that hundreds, tons of thousands of years ago, right? The past would be like ancient Rome, shit like, or not ancient Rome, but Rome, like what I'm saying. Um, Getting into like the world wars and things like that, right? That's like the past, and then you have the present, which is right now, right? There is story within the present, and then you have the apocalypse, quote unquote, and then you have the steampunk era, then you have the cyberpunk era, and then you have exploration era, right? And then so the story timeline kind of spreads. So I just say all to say because I feel like I gotta break that down for y'all. Because I feel like when I post it, I don't know, it's just to me it's so cryptic, it's so crazy. Like people are gonna be like, what the fuck is this? Like they're gonna like kirk the fuck out. So it's like, definitely gonna put that somewhere where this is what we talk about. This is how we're gonna rock it out. And this be interesting. So I think the audio was kind of like super low. So I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna fix the audio on that, and then moving forward, I think that it won't be a lot of stuff. So I think like I have like certain milestones to do certain things, right? This is for one, this is the $10,000. I mean, $10,000. I wish I had 10 grand. This is the 10,000 follower mark, for TikTok. The next is going to be 25,000, right? At 25,000, I want to start to tease the first comic. Right, so I'm figuring if I can figure out the story, and I think the only thing we're missing is an artist. You feel me? So if you guys again, I've made a video about it. If you guys are interested, you guys want to potentially, bring on be an artist, on a project, or somebody who might be interested. You feel me? Send them my way. We'll talk. We'll negotiate. We'll rock it out. Let's go get it. But if push comes to shove, I'm just gonna learn how to do art myself. I'm just gonna learn how to do it myself, and we're gonna go crazy. But the deadline's gonna be 25,000 followers, and so when that 25,000 comes up, then I'm going to get release like a snippet. At 50,000 followers, I want to release the first comic for free, right? That's the intention. That's the goal behind that. And then at 100,000 followers, I want to officially launch the series and also launch the first game, which is going to be the Voyager Legends. I made a video about that last night. You guys can check that out if you want. It's a terrible video, but I'm just kind of talking about the concept of the game, things like that. But Voyager Legends should be ready and go prime at 100,000 followers. Like that's going to be our release time. So we'll see how that kind of works out. This will be exciting, and it's just like outside of that, you feel me? It's gonna be going. I think once we hit the 100,000 followers, I think that like after that point, I'm not gonna use the followers as a milestone anymore because I think at that point we gotta start talking like I guess subscription models or like figure out how we're gonna get like the revenue popping so we can do like the real big stuff. Working on like the Voyager cities or Hunter, you feel me? Like doing one of those two. Um, and so it's the metric meter is gonna be different like once I use. So I think after 100,000 I won't be tracking that anymore. Um, it will track it based on subscribers and maybe player counts or something like that too. Because I think the ultimate goal for the card game Voyager Legends is I want to start setting up like tournaments. I want to be able to host tournaments, and so if we get like the subscription thing going, then we can kind of host the tournaments, rent out spaces and things like that, get it popping, and kind of go crazy with this. So I ain't going, I wanted to keep this one short and sweet, nothing too crazy. I just wanted to show you guys that video. You know what I'm saying? Just like 10K, 10K. 10K. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy, dog. So, man, without further ado, this is your captain signing out.